Before we move into the drills, I want to stress a couple points. Number one is you've got to have good knee bend when skating, and you need to stress this to your players over and over again. All of your speed, agility, and balance comes from good knee bend. The other point is keeping the stick on the ice as much as possible. Although a couple drills allow the players to get their sticks up off the ice, most of them are led actually by the hands and by the stick around the cones, and ultimately they will eventually have a puck on their stick while they're doing these. Repetition, repetition, repetition. That's the key to these drills and using them throughout the season. The next 10 drills will focus on inside edges and outside edges. They will also help your players develop balance. Select 2 or 3 of these drills for every practice, and notice that the stick leads the player through the turns. This is where it all begins. The next 6 drills and exercises help players develop long, powerful strides, and then progresses into weight shift that creates rhythm. Again, notice the bent knees. As a player shifts his weight from side to side, so should his hands with the roll of the wrists. The final series includes 2 crossover drills and 3 drills to help your players improve their transitions from forwards to backwards. The key to teaching crossovers on the circles is to have the skater look to the center of the circle and lift the outside leg high as it crosses over the inside leg. The mohawk is the preferred method of transition from backwards to forwards and vice versa. The key is to open the hip and shoulders, go heel to heel, and step out. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect. By using a selection of these drills at every practice for 15 minutes, your players will improve their skating and balance. As the year progresses, add pucks to the drills and just see what happens. If you cannot demonstrate these drills, enlist the help of another coach in your program, the head coach from your district, or even a high school player. Your players will only have to see it a few times to learn the drills. You only have to recognize how to correct them, tell them to bend their knees, keep their stick down, and guide them through the drills.
At the University of Minnesota, we look very strongly at kids who are good quality skaters. We believe that youth hockey coaches should teach development in the fundamentals of skating. It's a very important aspect in the game today. Speed and quickness are essential to being a very good hockey player. So we look for players who have good knee bend and a good stride and can get the most power into their extension of their skating stride.
Youth hockey coaches today have a profound impact on their players. It is our responsibility as coaches to give our players the tools they need to go to the next level. This short presentation was designed to help you do just that. Use and incorporate these drills throughout your practice plans throughout the season, and you'll see a significant improvement in the skating of your players. We'll see you around the rink. Backward skating and transitions are essential to playing the game of ice hockey well. In this video, we're going to focus on a number of drills that will help you develop your players' backward skating and transitional skills. As with any skill acquisition program, the key is execution and then repetition, repetition, repetition. All players from the elite level all the way down to squirts need to continually work on all of their fundamental skills and continue to develop all through their hockey careers. We've all heard about overspeed training, but we first must learn to do it right. I call it underspeed training. Learn to do it right and then learn to do it fast. The players you will see range from high school down to squirts. We did this to show you how players at all ages are able to perform these skills. It is important for young skaters to see the skills demonstrated correctly because 45% of them are visual learners. If you cannot demonstrate the drills correctly, enlist the help of another coach or player to help you teach your players proper skating fundamentals. Remember, go slowly, go correctly, and then go fast. Backward skating begins from the hockey position with knees bent, head and shoulders up, and a proper base. While standing still, have your players shift their weight back and forth to a straight leg, and then back again. Notice the hands moving back and forth. Then simply allow the skaters to move backwards, using the same side-to-side motion and extending to a straight leg and then back again. This is especially good for teaching younger players the basic backward skating movements. They need to master this basic swizzle movement before moving on to more difficult maneuvers. The second step is the alternating leg swizzle. Be sure that the players maintain the basic bent knee position and return the extended leg back to the ready position smoothly and quickly. The third exercise is the double swizzle. Again, good body position is important with bent knees, elbows in, and the free hand up. Fast alternating leg swizzle is the finished product in this sequence. Notice the solid base, bent knees, heads up. Encourage the skaters to snap their skates out at the end of each stride. The step-over exercise is a good drill to help teach the C start for the backwards starts. This helps the skaters get a feel for the basic cross-under movement. Have them take a couple steps each way, left and right. The C start is one skate carving a large C pattern in the ice to begin the backwards motion. This takes a lot of practice to master. Younger players will tend to step around it, as you will notice with a couple of these skaters. This is a difficult skill and it takes practice to master. Be patient as your players learn this skill. And be sure your skaters have the basic straight start to a swizzle mastered before you move on to the C start. The backwards C drill is essentially a forward big C done backwards. It is excellent for balance and to help players develop confidence in their backwards skating. It is important that they lift the inside skate off the ice and ride the inside edge of the other skate. Bent knees are essential. Since skating forwards and backwards is 1 foot at a time proposition, this helps the skaters develop edge control and balance going backwards. Back cross-unders are an important skill for players to master because it provides important lateral movement as the players skate backwards. This exercise has one cross-under each way and can be done with good rhythm once the skaters get comfortable with it. Notice how the skaters reach out to the side and then pull across. By watching closely, you will see that they shift from the inside edge to the outside edge of the weighted skate as they cross under, and then repeat again with the other skate. A wide stance and bent knees are essential to this skill. Master the preceding exercises before moving young skaters to this drill. The next two exercises are designed to help players get accustomed to being on the outside edge of the weighted skate while moving backwards. They are also excellent for teaching balance, agility, and body control. back cross-unders on a circle will help players to understand the concept of reach and pull. They reach into the center of the circle with the inside leg and pull it back across and under the outside foot. This helps skaters develop confidence in their backward skating. This drill simply expands the concept with the skater having to change directions and works on learning to do this both ways. Most skaters are stronger in one direction, and this will help them work on the weaker side, and it will help them with rink awareness, as they will have to look to see where they are going. The next three drills focus on stopping. The most common method is the 1-foot stop so that the skater may transition forward quickly. Notice the 1-foot stop and the body moving forward to the other foot. The 2-foot stop should also be learned, as it is critical to effective body checking. Be sure to have your players practice both methods. This demonstration shows the proper use of the 2-foot stop, often used by a player in a defensive play. Notice how the defensive player is able to control the forward with a solid base. Mohawks are critical to the transition from forwards to backwards and backwards to forwards. The basic movement is heel to heel, point your toe before you go. Have your skaters do this slowly and increase the speed as their skill level improves. This drill on the circle has the skaters executing mohawks at the top, bottom, and sides of the circle. Notice that they always face towards the center of the circle. As the player's skill level improves, encourage them to add additional transitions as they move around the circle. This drill is designed to use the Mohawk transitions as the players move from circle to circle, always facing one end of the arena. With younger players, quality execution is more important than speed. This drill helps develop coordination and balance. The speed will come as the players learn the skills. This drill combines many of the skills that we have demonstrated so far. Good starts, swizzles, mohawks on 2 transitions, and then speed swizzles to stay up with the forward skater. The backward skater should keep a tight gap with the forward and try to keep up with the forward all the way to the far end. The next 2 drills are good balance and agility drills that will help skaters learn body control as they do 360-degree spins with a puck. Notice the heel-to-heel movements as they turn. Be sure to practice these in both directions. Escapes are very important moves to get away from an opponent. They need to be learned both forehand and backhand as shown here. Practice these often. Joining us today is Bob O'Connor, National Coach-in-Chief for USA Hockey. Bob is widely recognized as the top developmental coach in not only the United States but international ice hockey circles. Bob, as you travel around the world and through all the years you've been working with young players, what are your primary observations on the importance of the development for youth players?
Well, if a kid can't skate, where is he going? If you can't get from here to there, you're going nowhere. So that's the essence of the game. So the better a kid can do that, the more confidence. You want kids to have confidence, esteem. And when they have esteem on doing something that was hard to do, now they're doing it well, they feel good about themselves. They have more fun with it, you know. And that's the essence, the concern for giving the kids some fun, confidence, and self-esteem. That's what, so it's something that they couldn't do, and now they're doing it, and it's a highly skilled movement. So I think that's one of the elements that coaches should be concerned with. And then, so if they want a kid to stay into hockey and give him something to do, give him a hobby, then you want him to come in and say, hey, I've accomplished something with this kid. I know what he looked like when I first got him, he or she, and now look at the end of the year. Look at the end of the year. I've spent time demonstrating their balance, their ready position. Now they know how it feels to be in balance on their skates. Now they can do things and work better, more efficiently. They don't have to think about what their skates are doing. The skates work automatically, you know. I mean, so now they can think about the game. Now they can move the game. Now they can push the puck. Now they can hold the puck. Now they can control the puck, you know. So now you're giving the kids a good feeling about what they're doing, who they are. And if you teach them fundamentals and constantly improve them, at the end of the year they're going to be going on. You're going to have the pride of saying, hey, he's ready to qualify for next year's tryout, you know, and that's the biggest concern.
Youth coaches all want their teams to do well and hopefully to win. Normally, the best skating team wins the games. You'll be doing the right thing if you spend a lot of your practice time on skating and puck handling skills drills. Without these skills, the best systems in the world
won't make a difference. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around the rink.